Mama na say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there osia dem yopo.
In this country, and they say, the existence of any organization is either constitutional or statutory. Correct?
Correct.
Okay. If the existence of every organization is either statutory or constitutional, then the thing we must all appreciate is that electoral commission is established by the constitution itself. And its independence is established by the constitution. And the judiciary is established by the constitution itself. And its independence is guaranteed.
Under the constitution.
Has the constitution guaranteed the independence of the special prosecutor?
No. And it's a creation of parliament too. The office of the
special prosecutor. It's a creation of parliament. Where did parliament draw its power to create that office?
From the constitution.
Absolutely. You see, it's an executive initiative. And the executive will not create the idea.
Metuasia ya na obi tie no watoasia adia constitution no creating no e was so saying the parliament no are creating because parliament no draw the powers from the constitution.
Article 11 of the constitution, heading sources of law, it ranks the constitution supreme. SRAJ is independent, constitutionally created. Bank of Ghana, constitution. Electoral Commission, constitution. Auditor General, constitution. What are they? Office of Special Prosecutor, is it a constitutional establishment? No.
No, but it was created by an act of parliament.
In fact, back when we said there is only one ministry that has mentioning in the constitution.
The Attorney General now.
The Minister of Justice and Attorney General. It's only to me in our Alma will be. That's all. Only to me in Alma will be. And you see, at the time I'm almost setting up the office. No. Sebi. The euphoria. Ninjina say. Yanya Mahama. Yebegu Nima say. Yanya Mahama any appointees. Yebabe Gu Menima say. Ye the prosecution at the Babe Tata Omu Ewo Muhanom. Ye the Gu Menima say. Joshua ya. At that time, no. Omo Tuomo in setting up the office. In fact, the office was particularly established to run down John Mahama and his appointees after the 2016 election. Immediately when Martina Midu was appointed, there was jubilation in this country. Okay.
Oh, anti-corruption campaign, citizen vigilante, and all that.
Debbie. The circumstance under which Martin Edifi NDC as a foundational member for the YAW in the field. And so the whole idea is okay, let's use one of their own to hunt them down. Look, the first case as special prosecutor at the core court when the office was established was the case of the Republic versus Mahama Yariga. Urefi.
Kaipa, me kaipa. Emedu baby kwa no kan say Mahama Matinamidu ka say Mahama Ayarga cry ti se ne ba but still notwithstanding some of the bone ba na ba obe prosecuting
Mahama Ayarga papa were contemporaries of former cinema. Yes. What are here? And at that time MPP the obeke bia omonte because they felt so they've gotten a hitman who would destroy President Mahama and destroy his appointees for them. And so the near can now it didn't matter to them until say, bruh, the matter happened. Martin Amidu now decided to do the corruption risk assessment on a Japa deal. Okay.
Kai papa.
Or implicating
Ekoye mother serpent of all corruption. Be a epist to be a church or enemy.
Or implicating Kenoforiata in a deal. The problem with Nana Dubai, a mother serpent of corruption. Okay. In the man resigning, yeah. So the lacuna, the problem that was created from its inception, said you, Brapane, said Ghana, even I can remember.
Council, and Sunday because Sabreno, now Martinamidu, cases are no prosecuting now, no court or drawn powers, no, and now kwaji to me free aging at that time, and I said, no, or yena dia said, you know,
Nadia. Inti, I say, we need not raise any issue about this question now. Yes, we are NDC politics. And because NDC for year corrupting, they don't want the office of special prosecutor. But until say, Martin Amidu, ask them any nana AC and option, Adi, Yanshui, a baby Dani and albatross on our neck. Then, Oshaya and Chebiana ABJ contract
procurement authority.
In some no started by in a Mrs. Dapa anyway, and dear, she had the baby ha NDC for no. A yard Dani. Sintibia, Eddie Amayan. So, Kai, Haman, any Mordecai.
Aye, Sabre, Wako see a send me a walk send is walk boy in a mania. Because we are saying no Haman, and a send also.
That can be dating a yen peddlers and yen smear, yes, sir. We are still at the booming, Dia obesum amo bino. It will be fall. Adiana no ma yesi ye de ba de gujo mahama enimase no. To see abeda missing tibia edi amomo right into the election in 2024. Intermediate the dear new way. I don't think this thing we should even even lose sleep over it. Simple. Office of Special Prosecutor, right to the Attorney General.
Council, why court na ameki ruling on co-warranto application. Say, ontimi and sidi ni mandate. Wabra, say, me pacho, court no betimi akase, high court betimi akase. It is a case is a woody in answer for come Attorney General. Was there a ruling and I be a whole ruling man?
Because one is
where I can wait, no. Does it affect other cases or other courts?
Check back for me. Or my Mohano. I did be or I friend judicial review. Judicial review no okwa. And you might be or a ya ubisa. One, your friend is Seshurara. Say, I did now, oh, yeah, you know. Said you, and my man who can say, you know, what go beyond that embrano in doing it. Who makes me all right too, but embrano who can why ye beyond it? It will be all yes, you all right. Yeah, they are quashia dear no. They are bo a prohibition. Almost say anamona who to know. Anamono. Only would to me into a Jamaica project as a court for tabo ex Emmanuel Quine Emmanuel Cosso into a prohibit to stop you. Any year, Bakubia, your friend, co warranto from the Latin word by what warrant? By what warrant? Bibia Osmaphobia, eye, okaya, enkantity, Yosmawa, not yet the paper, ya chichiri paper, near the ash. Said you might be a warrant, a commission, a year to me. In which I him for, encounter. Or my warrant now, not ordinary, the seal at the atoso.
I am in son,
Then some that atoso, a year warrant to me, commission. Inti, said you, Utu Sana Mona, now a Kobasi would do the other king. What the trainer when you say, this person has the authority from ABCD to do ABCD undertaking. Until the English courts developing what became known as the co-warranto application. And it's a simple question. Then the mouth
you can't exceed your mandate.
That be into Osha, application of branch IFN or high at the core, the high court. No, Osha, a very simple application or say, Parano Charino, the reading of Article Section 4 of the OSP Act, no, say, Sabio, to me, say, Utimi, a yet your obey, but under the authority of the Attorney General. Into the show, any deem, court, would you be show your warrants? Say, is it any echo court no prosecutor for so a bokrono electricity? What challenge you say, what is your warrant? Or the Attorney General Fiat no the beba or that year? Snake a prosecutor say untia and Crawford snake contribution and our delay. Onya rezi or rezi co-warrant now the Attorney General Fiat no ediaba.
Also, a Special Prosecutor Act 2017 for 2 no or say me kind 2 no subject to clause 4 of the Article 88 of the Constitution. The office shall, for the purposes of this act, be authorized by the Attorney General to initiate and conduct the prosecution of corruption and corruption-related offences.
Into Oshaya, Parliament grant and confer that authorization to the office.
Okay.
Fine. You see, Parliament could have cleverly conferred that authorization, but Parliament knew said, that power was never given to Parliament. That power was exclusively reserved for the Attorney General. Into the Sakai view.
Say, Office of the Special Prosecutor Act 2017, Section 4(2), subject to Clause 4 of Article 88 of the Constitution.
Fantastic.
The office shall, for the purposes of this act, be authorized by the Attorney General to initiate and conduct the prosecution of corruption and corruption-related offences.
So the wedding, or say shall for
shall
for the and the Parliament is realize only 2 minutes because you see in law you can't give what you don't have.
Mm-hmm.
So when Papa or Trey law no.
Maybe
the name the Professor Kwame Jan.
Oh, I am over Kwame Jan.
The Kwame Show. Yeba law school for no. Or say nemo that called non-habit. That's the Latin phrase. Nemo that called non-habit. You can't give what you don't have. So Parliament realized that only needs 2 minutes, let alone to give it to somebody. Cleverly, Parliament only authority from Attorney General. I don't understand. This is a simple matter. Just write to the Attorney General. AG, pursuant to my mandate, having investigated this case, I want your fiat to proceed. And it's a one fiat for all your cases. And you say
one fiat for all your cases.
Yes. Yes. Ghana police for I don't know prosecuting cases.
Bebre.
Police when they prosecute cases in the circuit and then the district courts. Police for they just gone for a fiat.
Sir, special prosecutor and my call for fiat. One farm, mamia. What are the avenues for me?
No, so the fiat is a one-off fiat.
One farm, mamia, cry mayday.
No, there's nothing like that. It's a one-off fiat.
Okay.
And you say, and maybe who okay is piano now who come home that be. And yes, maybe who will be an now walk on or that be one mouth fiat to that. So Senate prosecuted. And yes, they be a more case that they go to the attorney general. No, they don't do that. They don't.
The council, per the ruling now, High Court in the Mayeno on this co-warranto application. What has happened? The effect in the same. The entity about yes, one second, come attorney general.
The order,
if you say we need that to me, as with the prosecution, no, it be there be a way no, it doesn't affect other cases, what other courts, no near the and my addition, Krawada.
Once your authority is deprived, you see, there are two schools of thought. Say, the judge could have stayed his proceedings. Pursuant to Article 132. But Article 132 or no?
But and making come was 132. Article 132.
Article 132. Or say, in the course of any proceedings.
In you or say, a constitution are making Article 132. Where or say, where an issue that relates to a matter or question referred to in clause 1 of this article arises in any proceedings in the court other than the Supreme Court, the court shall stay the proceedings, shall and refer the question of law involved to the Supreme Court for determination, and the court in which the question arose shall depose of the case in accordance with the decision of the Supreme Court. Answer my king.
Report.
Now I'm on my council Pachotinka. Cousin Pachotinka. So a friend of mine. Avia
Papa,
yeah, Mrakaka.
I no pedi me wuse emresu.
Me wie school me kwa national service wo. On Mampon court ho no.
Mampon court.
Opposite Ghana Commercial Bank.
Aye.
Na na me na no wonim de me ye ho. Say onim say ono say bi school wa go onim say me ye national service ana bi bisa.
Okay.
Na wona na no. Wane nam court ho ye de. Now them 3 years was on a power because Yaman so clean.
What can you pa? And one wakan, what bonnet of fans, what can't say Minina? Who was Yaman so train? And one
was signed by a son into a commoso. Cousin Pacho, yes, I'm Wakwaba.
Yes, sir. Back on me.
Making kind article 130 clause 2. So my mention can be enough here to uncommon so.
Okay.
Where an issue that relates to a matter or question referred to in clause 1 of this article arises in any proceedings in a court other than the Supreme Court, the court shall stay the proceedings and refer the question of law involved to the Supreme Court for determination.
Fantastic.
And the court in which the question arose shall dispose of the case in accordance with the decision of the Supreme Court.
Fantastic. Into Mekai said, Emrana may this case, Eugene Bafo Boni, the Republic versus Eugene Bafo Boni and others, that NCA matter.
Sure.
At a point in the trial, no, na the caution and say, there be a prosecution witness a bar, almost that document, Brakwame, near Bisame, right in court with the other lawyers. Say there were objection to the tendering of that document. Into the na air so a baby and say we have to be consulting our clients in the court because we need the benefit of seeing those documents before the trial. Into me say the application be echo before my Lord Justice Chebafo. And I'm a pan to say the way a trial we call open court in you beside your client, whether I say documents where it's fair trial rules. It may be application, no. Because that time me and my Gloria Kufu in an area Attorney General office. FLA affidavit in opposition to my application. Then I may argue the application, no. Me catch there, my Lord say, Article 19 on fair trial rules, no. Emma requiring for disclosures in criminal matters. It matters not whether it is on indictment or summary trial. AG by ebe can say that be omoni mi yadwe na constitution no massive blanket disclosures in criminal matters. When I make my Lord, with the greatest of respect, Article 132 say Ekoba say me the interpretation for the constitution also. Me say there is disclosure in all criminal matters. Attorney General said that it is only in trial by indictment since 1950, sorry. Now, me catch my Lord say, me can agree the about Article 132. So, thankfully, my Lord Justice Chebafo saw the strength of the argument in Article 132 because of say in the course of any proceedings, if an issue of interpretation arises, you shall stay and refer the matter. It means AJ on my Lord Chebafo, no, so okay. I branch here. Me no yarding. And no, and now Oma referral to the Supreme Court and me other than case law. The Republic, the decision in the Republic versus Eugene Bafo Boni on discovery in criminal matters. No, I'm here, hello, Black.
Oh, teachers, would you one woman who that case law? No,
me na me yes, no. Me application, Satan me kai, me Gloria Kufu by court. No ma Evelyn Kilson, opposite application, no. Me, and I made this idea no at the court. Based on a referral to the Supreme Court, in a Supreme Court, it decided say going forward in all criminal matters, there must be criminal disclosures. And in fact, I remember vividly that day before my Lord Chebafo. Meka tell me say, my Lord, imagine a situation where obi eno eko wachichiro nsa ewo wechi no si yenko owia o se santokwa ne ye fair ateni dina based on utumi of all the security agencies who upper hand.
It way no sa trial judge no stayed the proceedings, no refer the matter to the Supreme Court for interpretation. So he can Article 132 no mebo.
Exactly. It was state proceedings in or referred to the Supreme Court. Many person and they said, "Okay, process now a branch and medical courts now. Brakwame main kind a provision in one of the things are now Ubisa Ewahano. I mean, let me just share it with you briefly. And I thought, say, that should have been a red flag to the judge. Okay, relief, that's relief 2. Or say, a declaration that upon a true and proper interpretation of Article 88.4 of the 1992 Constitution and Section 4(2) of the Special Prosecutor Act. So I say. So immediately, all kinds of I thought say, it's an argument and bound. And back me. Another one I mean, yeah. Okay, Mrs.
Senator Rollins, yeah, sure.
Good. And now, Minya Penny Gary Nimakum issue rates at the High Court. No, they represent the plaintiff, honorable. It's all High Court, the relief one, or say, upon the true and proper, with the meaning of Article 94. You said, it's in the wrong place. Me call. If you tell my High Court judge, Emma, the decision, the application for it, man, the decision. Now, my first application, my lord, is in error. But undermining Article 132, because point, relief in the senator matter, and then they say, within the meaning of Article 94, he said, or the interpretation, they are so Article 94, and also. Supreme Court, also, on by a full majority. And not never establishing the case law in expertise and natural rulings.
Okay.
Yes. It is based on that, And right now, Eugene Bafobon, yes, an act of the end of 2016. It's not Bafobon, that was 2017-2018. I referred the senator matter. And my lord, therefore, agreed with me. And the year and direction, your friend, Eugene Bafobon, disclosures in criminal matters. Okay, I say, for me, I thought maybe a safer thing a judge could have done was to say, I'm aware already there is a pending matter on this constitutionality and others about. So you know what? I will adopt the Pontius Pilate approach. So the Pontius Pilate. And now already I didn't quite issue at the buyer.
Pontius Pilate, yeah.
Okay, I say I didn't quite issue. That we need to me what so. It will be a Monfanunco Judea. Monfanunco Judea, the governor no back or honor, a very final. At the point go Obisa Jew for Pharisee for and say, now branch your friend of Barabbas, only Christo, one a mope, or Missy Barabbas. And
yes, sure.
It maybe it would have been safer for the trial judge. The High Court judge to say, okay, my attention has been drawn to pending matters before the Supreme Court. So you know what? Since I've seen Relief 2, Article 80, I will adopt the Pontius Pilate approach.
Pending the determination of the matter,
pending the determination
in respect of
because
interpretation by the Supreme Court.
Which 132 now, or say after that, the Supreme Court Becano, and not all the other courts ebefa. But you know what?
So the trial judge did not seek to do interpretation of that article, but or affirm what has been put there as an interpretation of the Constitution and what has been repeated in Section 4 and what the Special Prosecutor Act in Mwana.
We share the prayers now. One of the prayers say a declaration that upon a true and proper interpretation. Onipa na odi asem na court ni Relief 2 or say upon a true and proper interpretation of Article 88(4). It is prayer number 2. The supplication to say a Jew for somebody Christo they call Pontius Pilate for so that was their prayer. Only release no any in your mind.
Na say ayi the application no court no. Ni prayer ne say court no nye interpretation high court no na interpretation Supreme Court na ya den na high court no ejina so affirm say what is written in the Constitution Article 88 no and what has been put out there in the Office of the Special Prosecutor Act no should be say ejina ho said yet.
No, you see, yeah, high court powers now. Or say the high court shall have power in all criminal and civil matters. So usually, unless the lawyer on his feet draws the judge's attention. So I don't know, sir, in the course of the proceedings, whether lawyers from the Office of the Special Prosecutor, said you, because the respondent is the Office of the Special Prosecutor.
Yeah.
I don't know, sir, whether in that proceeding they drew my law's attention to Article 132. And if they did, what was my law's views on 132? Because it's very important, and I have done that twice. I did it in Senator, I did it in the Eugene Dafo Boni matter, and in both matters, eventually the Supreme Court agreed with me.
And then when it said one man draw court attention
in fact,
to
it was based
Article
on Senator matter now, the Supreme Court
charging his own volition
going forward, you can only challenge parliamentary elections and qualifications when the Electoral Commission has opened nominations.
132 no ekano.
But the law was fluid. I brought that clarity to that matter. In fact, it's reported in the Supreme Court of Ghana law report. Unless, of course, it was brought to the attention of the judge, and the judge ignored it. And the record of proceedings will show said that objection was taken, and the judge overruled the objection. Other than that, then there was a problem with the nature of representation that came from the office. Because it was a fundamental thing to be taken. Because prayer number 2 is clear, or say, a declaration that upon a true and proper interpretation of Article 88 of the 1992 Constitution. So clearly, he had brought into question an interpretation. And Article 132 said, in the course of any proceeding, if an issue of interpretation stay and refer, was it brought to the attention of the trial judge?
Yes.
If it was not, then it was a serious legal miscalculation.
Wow.
In that case, you can't fault the judge.
Why?
Judges don't like
to be deprived of jurisdiction.
No, it will be difficult to fault him if the lawyers from the special prosecutor did not draw his attention to Article 132.
Oh, okay. And you don't know Adansi Amawo.
But the judge is a neutral person.
The law is the law.
Judge, yes, a judge can so much to raise the issue of jurisdiction. But most often, say the lawyer needs here to
Annie.
Say the mama or client. Even though jurisdiction can so much to be raised, oftentimes the judges are not comfortable depriving themselves of jurisdiction. It's a war. Lawyer, no, until I can say, I'm saying this with caution. Say, about lawyers from the Office of the Special Prosecutor, echo court, raise the issue of jurisdiction, raise the issue of Article 132, If they didn't, then it was a serious legal miscalculation.
Oh. Now, as it stands now, the court new ruling, it affects in terms of special prosecutor and the dear Ben SCA, say the case of warning now or better so, and now say, so yeah, appeal against the ruling of the High Court in terms of the in respect of the co-warranto application and adding.
I'm not a call law school. No can you be trained? Almost say as a lawyer, you don't decide, even as a litigant, which orders of the court to respect and which one to disrespect.
Hey.
Yes. You don't have an election. Which means, as for this order of the court, I will respect it. Wait there, I will not. Because at the end of the day, you are supposed to be law abiding. So maybe a lawyer can decide, say, look, I'm quickly filing a certiorari application that the judge exceeded in the jurisdiction. I want to appeal the decision and apply to stay the judgment and its effect. So there are all legal avenues opened.
I said, Otwasu, any cases, without say recourse to maybe appeal.
Clearly.
I said, would they be in contempt of court? And now why?
Mr. Kise Jabi minimum or a law abiding. Said you set or the microphone courts to be prosecuted. If at the end of the day the court makes an order, so be enforced it. Assuming the court convicts the people or the acquire, say immediately after the conviction or the umbeko in Sawam. The only reason why he will do that is that he respects the decision of the court. And so by parity of reasoning, you see, or chair me criminal law. I'm not going to teach him the law. Or me, my law lecturer.
Mm-hmm.
He obviously knows what to do under the circumstance. But I strongly believe that this one should not raise any serious, dabi. There are straight legal avenues. You can apply for certiorari. In the certiorari application, you put in an application for stay. You can go ahead and do your work once you have the stay and the decision on the stay. It should be a simple matter.
Be a copy of the ruling. Now, stay of execution. And now we're appealing against the decision.
Those days,
at a higher court, and now be a tessa. It's young anyway. Now, Mammy Faway Sumra. And now, Baba Mando, NPP communicator, one also, Equaye, post to be an Huakodia Gamuno. You remanded 2 weeks into prison custody by the court. Nanuna and Rakrano MP before your press conference, here were Justin Kodua, General Secretary, the National Organizer, and a B. One much them one must say prosecution no and Tresse, Srewa Fanisi Mayen. Na Quapim say Bayen Remunewi, na judge na his own volition. Now was it Medini Quaquacusi, one must say Bassa, a travesty of justice. Na Yagino Crano, se Wuti bin Musukrana was it Yagino, a casa one shen DC atadie.
Let's say Saweno. I am one P. You see, Ghana, your politics is a very interesting politics. So, me branch youth organizer, Awoshi. Into all your video, and in the video, or concern for IGP who Interior Minister, we declare no wanted. We declare no wanted. In an abusive for bar me say, oh, a branch not be a director league. No, so a branch why a video online and what can say now police were declare no wanted. Bra near the bushing for Omobami. One Mamusho lawyer as director legal of NDC, no station. Bra a branch here and me fear Echo police station Omudu I say actually. The next day at the narco. Bra they a branch they can't say judge circuit court. Lady judge be membership in bonity. And so my lady About a who publication, obey me, Johnny. But when Johnny, in fact, me and I make a tell and say, Oma lawyer way and fano enco police, no way, no ye PPR. Bra, judge me ye be or say first of all, or remand no into police custody 2 weeks. Yes, oh, my lady, if you are 190 Fiaco police station, why are you remanding the guy? The law is the law. Now, when you get to see a cry after, bra, when we said the judge started doing the case day by day, to the point he said, bra, me know what can say. You do pointer. Now, the senior Susu in a handle matter. And because of parliamentary duties, it is sometimes or better than one called the agent, or do a judge need to meet change of war if your lawyer is not you. And at the time, I say, now, MPP, and I'm saying, say, this branch here, me at a point, Kranami, I'm a ferry. Because I gave all the assurance to the family. So, Yankasa Yekwa, everything will be lenient. Bruh, no can say. A branch here was convicted eventually by the judge 5 years imprisonment. What is Nanabi and Co talking about? I don't like hypocrisy. Look, when my branch FN appear stadium.
And in my Pia Stadium, pa.
This appear stadium. Me, can I make a name? CID headquarters. Appear stadium. Look, and you might be across my moha. I have always maintained in my practice that bills should never be used as a way of punishing people because of the overriding principle of presumption of innocence. Sometimes, I used to tell my friends in the AFP lawyers, say, look, this power is to alternate NDC MPP. Let's straighten the law. Because the law is the only safeguard for us. Imbraniwa, or Manabaya jungle. By that time, they thought, oh, you know, he's hallucinating. We'll name the worker. And I'm a press conference. Minya, Justin Kodua, and I'm saying, wow. One would be a boy, I can Atasa.
Atasa.
Yeah, and I'm saying, no, Minya Kodua. Abroad.
I see.
That's one. Another one.
Because then you're ready, BB, and you're beside about on Chinese wedding como. Even as a pa lawyer Godwin, Eduji Tramaklo, or your Mrenim said the medical canon. Now, we're MPA boss.
Dedi kama mamena PENDREAM TV ase. Now, so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.